What's going on, y'all? Chuck Nunface here, and we're gonna do a quick video today. Those of you who follow me on Instagram at Chuck_Nunface may have noticed that I put a few knives up for sale recently. I still do have some of them available, but in any case, we're not gonna go get into all that right now. But my goal was definitely to sell. I did end up selling one of them, and then I had a trade offer for another one, and it was my Les George Mark III. Now, I really do like the Les George Mark III. It wasn't my intent to go ahead and sell it, but it just wasn't getting carried a whole lot. And I was just like, I got it, and it was awesome. I don't rescind my review saying that it wasn't a great knife, or saying that it was a great knife. I mean, it was awesome. Excellent knife, nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Great action, great materials, great construction. It's just, it wasn't doing it for me. So I ended up putting it up for sale because I figured, that one would probably be pretty easy to go ahead and move. Well, fast forward to a little while later, and I got a trade offer in, and I was like, sure, show me what you got. Well, I wasn't expecting it, but I've kind of been looking for one of these. These came out, during Blade Show, and I believe there was 500 made, 250 of each, black and then uncoated. And this is the limited edition AD10 from Cold Steel. Now, a lot of you might be saying you are crazy for trading a mid-tech Les George for a production Cold Steel. USA made versus Taiwan made, got hands-on finishing and everything else, and hands-on in the making process versus fully production. But when I saw this one, I wasn't able to snag it when it came out. I didn't realize they were selling some on the site. And even so, it might not have even happened at that time. But yeah, the guy pretty much made me the offer, and I said, show me some pics of it. And I was like, yeah, done deal. So this is it. This isn't the first time I've unboxed it. I've had this open before, but I figured for dramatic effect, I would do kind of a pseudo unboxing for the video. But yeah, there it is. That is the Demko AD10 in 3V steel, full titanium, DLC coated. Really, really, really awesome knife. Some of you may think I'm crazy for making that trade. I don't know. The heart wants what it wants. I mean, this one I've really checked a lot of boxes for me. I love the AD10. I've had an AD10, an S35, and G10. I've had the Tanto. I believe it was the same version. My original AD10, I actually buoyed it. A friend of mine modded it for me and made it into a clip point. It was really cool, but I ended up trading it to another friend for something else. And so, I would love to get my hands on like a machine ground AD10, kind of like how the AD20 is, the machine ground knives from Demko, where it's a mid-tech. It's production, production parts, but also hand finishing and everything else. Small batch production, whatever you want to call it. I would love it if he did a run of these AD10s in this style, in this manufacture. Just small batch production, whatever you want to call it. I know he's got customs out there, of course, because this knife design's been out there since, I believe, 2010, hence the name AD10. AD10, AD15, AD20. I would love to get my hands on one of those, but the customs are really expensive. I don't really see that happening. I know he still makes them periodically. Andrew Demko does. But, if you want to get one, it's probably just going to be on the secondary market. Maybe you can get one at a show, but they're really expensive. So I don't think that's in my future, as much as I would like to get one of those. But if you ever did a machine ground version of the AD10, like a small run of these, I would love to get one of those. But all that being said, if you told me, take away the laser work right there, then of course the Cold Steel logo and everything else, if you just handed this to me and said, hey, this is a machine ground AD10 with tie scales, I would be like, yeah, dude, I believe you. It is just... What is the dog getting into? Oh, okay. Never mind. It wasn't the dog after all. I thought she was getting into something over here. This is just, it exudes quality. It just feels super premium. It's so smooth. So smooth. It's just awesome. Look at that action. Just flicks right out with authority. And you got to be careful dropping it closed because it will close on your finger, hence the Band-Aid on my finger right there. It's kind of a technique if you want to close it one-handed. Got to let it kind of drop in a somewhat safe way on your finger. But really the best way to do it would probably be just use two hands. Close it like that. Slow roll it open. It is just so smooth. It really is. Wonderfully ground blade. Awesome contoured scales. Feels so good in the hand. Now it's hefty. No milling in those scales. And plus that steel lock bar right there for the triad lock. Number 86 right there. You know, that's steel. I mean, it's a hefty knife. There's no doubt about it. I mean, this is way lighter. This is way lighter, even with TI scales. You know, so it is a hefty knife, no doubt about it. But it is just so well done. You know, it's got a retail price of about 400 bucks, okay? Now, you may think that's a crazy price for an AD10. However, if you were to just get a cold steel AD10, and I think Edge Mindset touched on this in a short, if you're familiar with his YouTube channel, I think he touched on it in a short. You take a regular AD10, and then you want to get titanium scales from like Original Goat, that's going to be like 200 bucks right there. So that's your cost almost right there. But then you factor in the fact that you get a 3V steel as opposed to S35VN. You know, I think it's a win-win. And if you thought this was, you know, if this was a machine ground one from a shop, like if he made those with TI scales, I mean, these go for like, what, $450, something like that? You know, this would go with G10, it would go for at least $450 also. You add TI scales, you're looking at $6. TI scales for this one are around $6. So, I mean, that's what you're looking at. So, I mean, with the premium feel of this, yeah, I mean, it's production cold steel. But man, does this thing feel good. So, there it is. More coming on this one. But I just wanted to do a quick video, kind of getting it out there. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do I need to get my head examined for trading the Les George for this? You know, but to each his own. I don't think so. But let me know what you think of this knife, what you think of the AD10 in general. Give me a follow if you haven't done so already, or consider subscribing to the channel at Chuck. And those of you that have subscribed to the channel, I certainly do appreciate that. Share this video out there. Follow me on Instagram at Chuck_Nunface, and stay tuned for the next one. Peace.